Good morning, students. Today we will see what is Doppler effect and its applications. Up to this, the lesson will be over. Doppler effect. Doppler effect means difference in hearing the sound frequency from the source to the listener when they are in moving. Either the source or the listener is in moving. Simple in day to day life. How we can explain this? If you are standing in a railway platform, when train approaches you, you can able to hear the sound is more. When train leaves from your place, the frequency of sound is little bit lesser, but the sound produced by the train will be the same. So here we have to first know the two different things. One is source and one is listener. Where from which object the sound is coming is called as source. The person who is hearing or observing the sound is called as listener. So there will be a change in frequency even though the object is producing same frequency of sound. When you are very much nearer to that object or you are far from that object, the frequency of sound is varied. That is called as apparent frequency. It may be increase or it may be decrease. So the difference in frequency of sound, whenever there is a relative motion between the source and the listener, is called as the Doppler effect. See here I am underlining this. Whenever there is a relative motion between the source and the listener, the frequency of the sound is received by the listener is different from the original frequency produced by the sound whenever there is a relative motion between the source and the listener. This is called as your Doppler effect. This is observed and explained by the Christian Doppler, an Austrian mathematician and physicist. So, in what conditions, at different conditions, the sound may be decreased or increased. We are going to be see the possibilities. The first one is the listener moves towards or away from a stationary source. The source will be in the same place. Either the people may approaching to the source or they are move away from the source. The second possibility is the source moves towards. In first example, as I told, you may be standing in the platform, that is the listener is stationary and the source moves towards or away from the listener. Third possibility is both source and the listener moves towards or away from one another. For this we can give an example. When we are moving in a two-wheeler, the ambulance approaching us, both the ourself and the ambulance both are moving towards. Then the fourth possibility is the medium moves when both source and listener are at rest. The medium, here the medium is either it may be air or water. The surrounding atmosphere here it means. So from this introduction of Doppler effect we come to the conclusion of definition. So what is the definition? Just mark the definition. Whenever there is a relative motion between a source and the listener, the frequency of the sound heard by the listener is different from the original frequency of the sound emitted by the source. This is known as Doppler effect. Once again I am saying the definition. Whenever there is a relative motion between a source and a listener, the frequency of a sound heard by the listener is different from the original frequency emitted by the source. This is known as Doppler effect. For simple calculation and condition, we can consider S be the source and L be the listener, and Vs and Vl are the velocity of a sound to the source and the listener. The apparent frequency. The listener may receive the frequency either in an increased manner or in the decreased manner. That is known as, in a beautiful physics word, apparent frequency. Here it is given source S and listener L. I told you already, S is the source, where from the source sound produced is called as source. Listener, where the sound receives or reaches or observed, is the listener. N and N dash. N is the natural frequency from the source, and N dash depends upon the four possibilities. It may be increased or decreased or same. The difference in frequency from the original frequency is called as apparent frequency. How will you calculate the apparent frequency? N dash is equal to V plus VL divided by V minus Vs into N. What is V? Velocity of sound waves in the given medium. Let us consider the possibilities of motion of the source and the listener. In all such cases, the expression for the apparent frequency is given in the table. Here it is in tabular column. You can able to see that. There, case 1, 2, 3 is given. The first case, both source and the listener moves. They move towards each other. Then what happened? The distance between the source and the listener, it will be decreases. If the distance decreases, velocity increases. You just see what are all the possible conditions. Then we will go see the formula for that. Both source and the listener move. They move away from each other. They move away from each other. When the distance is increases, the apparent frequency will be decreases. You know the formula for velocity is equal to distance by time taken, isn't it? When the distance between the actual and the listener decreases, apparent frequency is more, because velocity is directly proportional to distance. If it is decreases, it is more. Then if it is increases, it will be less. Both source and the listener move. They move one behind another. That is the follower. The source is following the listener. So the apparent frequency depends upon the velocity of the source and the listener. Vs becomes opposite, so that in the case 2. So see that both are moving towards each other. So the listener will get an sound increase. So it should be in the addition in the numerator part. Numerator part is for listener. Denominator part is for source. That is in the minus condition. So the listener is going to be hear and more sound when the source is approaching to them. So the numerator part is addition and denominator part is subtraction with the normal frequency. Then in the second case, both are moving away from each other. This shows the listener is going to be get the sound lesser than the normal frequency. So the numerator part is minus and the denominator part is addition in the frequency. Here the third condition, one behind the other, one is following the other. In this case, both are listener and the sources in a negative term with the frequency. In such a way, there is a second tabular column. Here also the conditions 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just go through it. If there is any doubt, you can ask me. Here the two more condition in the denominator, you won't get an plus and minus of source where the source is stationary. In the same way, in the last two conditions, when the listener is stationary, the numerator will be only V. Then what are all the applications based upon the Doppler effect. It is used to measure the speed of an automobile. The traffic policeman can be able to find out the velocity of a speed of a vehicle which crosses the limits by this effect, because as we seen in the Doppler effect, the listener, the traffic policeman may be the listener and your vehicle will be the source. If it is moving very fastly, the sound frequency will be varied. From this, taking in satellite pictures, radar detection, in these things, and in sonar, the Doppler effect is applicable applications. Then conditions for no Doppler effect, where there will be no Doppler effect, no change in frequency of hearing sound. When source and the listener are at rest, when source and listener move in such a way, the distance between them remains constant. When source and listener are moving in mutually perpendicular direction, one will be in the x direction and another will be in the y direction. If the source is situated at the center of the circle, the listener is moving in the circumference of the circle, then he will be hearing the same frequency of sound. That's all. Your lesson is completed. Had completed the 5th lesson. Don't worry, it won't be come for your quarterly examination. Then we will see the revision in the next half an hour.